when you are taking it upon yourself to do all these many different things, go on all these many different situations and taking on these many different ideas and trying to make all these things happen, you're basically telling God that you are ordaining yourself to do these things. And you're wondering why you're tiring now. You're wondering you're weighed down. You're wondering why you feel stuck. Because God didn't call you to do those things, and yet you're doing so many things. You're basically the rat on the wheel. And you going around and around in circles until you're dizzy and you're tired and you're pooped. So first things first, you need to pray. You need to ask God for forgiveness for being in flesh. And then ask God to direct your path. Ask God to give you focus. Ask God to lead you and guide you into the truth of what you're supposed to be doing, how you're supposed to be doing it. Hey guys, it's your little big sis CJ Renee, and we're back with another episode. Oh my gosh, y'all, my birthday was yesterday. My birthday was yesterday. When y'all see this, my birthday was Wednesday. I had such a great time. I'm driving and reading at the same time, guys. This is insane. I'm bugging out. But anyway, so life is great. Life is good. Let's talk about our episode today. Today we're discussing movement versus alignment. Movement versus alignment. Now let me give some backstory on this topic. Recently I had a really weird dream, and basically in the dream I woke up feeling like I was dealing with spiritual warfare. And my reasons was because there was so much confusion going on in the dream that I couldn't make out what was what. To be honest with you, I was very confused about what was going on. And so I had to pray about it. I spoke to my mom. My mom is a dream interpreter. If you have a dream interpreter, you know how it's a weight is taken off of you, because now you can understand how your dream correlated with your feelings when you woke up, and even so much in the dream as well. So basically what she explained to me, interpreted the dream to be, was that it was a demonic warfare. Exactly what I said. It was demonic warfare, because it was a lot of distraction going on. So in the dream, I'm singing praise and worship. While singing praise and worship, I'm helping set up. While I'm helping set up, I'm being distracted by this lady in the amongst the people. She's talking to me, her back is turned to the pulpit, and she's talking to me while I'm in the back of the church singing on the cordless mic and helping the sound man set up. And my mom pointed out a few things. One, how is their sound? Two, I'm helping set up while singing praise and worship. That sounds so contrary. She said all of these things as separate things are not a bad thing, but the fact that they're happening all at one time is a demonic movement, right? Which made me understand exactly where I'm at in life, right? Because there are times when I wake up and I'm just like, what the heck am I doing? For those of you who don't know, I lost my job recently. Recently as in the last 2 months, or past 2 months. 2 months ago, Jesus. And so I find myself often just doing a lot of things. Doing, because one, just sitting at home is kind of whack. But also, two, I think that the more things that I put my hands to do, the better the chances are that I may be able to succeed in those things, right? That's how my thought process was originally. But through this dream and through conversation with my mom and my sister both, and even with my best friend, I've come to realize that, there's a lot of things that we do that we call movement. There's a lot of things that we call talk. When we're making moves, we're doing stuff. It's really just noise. when you think about it. It's really just noise, because ain't nothing really coming about it. You're doing a lot of things and nothing to show for it. So you're just taking up time and space and opportunity to say you've gotten these things done, but have you really gotten these things done? So let's get into this really quickly. What is the difference between movement and alignment, right? So the difference between movement and alignment would be that when you are putting your hands to do these things, it would not be, your efforts will not be for naught. Your efforts will not be for nothing, right? You will know that you are in alignment when things start happening, things start moving. God starts giving you the answers that you need to actually move forward in your purpose, move forward in that thing that you're doing. And sometimes staying still with no movement is not disobedient. It's actually biblical, right? In the Bible, Psalms 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God," right? Sometimes God has to show you who He is. He has to show you the plan. He has to show you the opportunities that He's placed in front of you. Because if you feel like you can go get these opportunities without Him, then you're God and you don't need God. Hello? Moving around, making yourself feel busy is not of God. It's not of God. And that's what God had put in my spirit. I'm telling you, moving around like this was not of God. It's not of God. How to get recentered, right? In order for us to get recentered, first things first, we need to pray. You need to pray, because I'm gonna tell you this right now. I didn't perceive myself as being in flesh by, pursuing all these tasks by myself or going after all these dreams by myself. I really just thought I was, being opportunistic, as far as seizing the day and not letting anything slip between my fingers. But it was very fleshy to be that way. And I say that because when God has ordained you for a certain thing, it's like, perfect example. It's like, let's take it to the church real quick. It's like the ushers wanting to sing praise and worship. You may very well love to sing. Are you ordained and anointed to do so? So you going and grabbing that mic talking about you singing praise and worship today is you being in flesh. Can we talk about it? Unless you on a program to sing a solo or sing with the choir, you are in flesh. Because your job is to be at the door, ushering people to their seats, ushering people while they're praising God, and taking somebody's gum out their mouth. That is your job. That is the God-ordained job that you've been placed with. And I'm not saying God can't move you up, but in due time. And when He's called you. So let's bring this back to real life situations. Well, church is real life, but let's bring this back to more natural situations. When you are taking it upon yourself to do all these many different things, go on all these many different situations and taking on these many different ideas and trying to make all these things happen, you're basically telling God that you are ordaining yourself to do these things. And you're wondering why you're tiring now. You're wondering you're weighed down. You're wondering why you feel stuck. Because God didn't call you to do those things, and yet you're doing so many things. You're basically the rat on the wheel. And you going around and around in circles until you're dizzy and you're tired and you're pooped. So first things first, you need to pray. You need to ask God for forgiveness for being in flesh. And then ask God to direct your path. Ask God to give you focus. Ask God to lead you and guide you into the truth of what you're supposed to be doing, how you're supposed to be doing it. Sometimes we stray off so far, so fast, that we basically spinning our own heads off. Ask God to recenter you. And secondly, read your word. Read your word. If you're in your word, you'll see that God didn't call you to live like this. First of all, the Bible says God didn't call you to live by bread alone. God didn't make man to live by bread alone, which means that working is not going to be your only source. So you thinking about, thriving means doing this, doing that, getting this, getting that. I'm telling you, I'm correcting myself right now while I'm talking to y'all. Because I know some of y'all probably had the same thought, like, let me put my hands on everything and maybe something will happen. That is not of God. That is not of God. So I just want to encourage you to not only be open to the opportunities that God has placed in your life, but sit still in them. Hear Him in them. Be aware of when God is speaking to you. Open your heart to Him. Get into your worship so you can be able to hear Him better. Right? Y'all, it's your little bit sis CJ Renee, and I'm out. Let me stop doing this while I'm driving, okay? I love you guys. Bye. To ensure you don't miss an episode of 31 and Thriving, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to share. It's your little big sis, CJ Renee.